Okay guys, we are back again doing another mold making video. So today we're going to be making a little paddle tail, swim bait, and this little straight tail like jerk bait I made out of the modeling clay. If you see my other videos, you know the process, how to do this. The sky's the limit, your imagination's the limit. So whatever design you come up with, well, you make it in the clay, bake it for 15 minutes, then we get cracking on it. All right, so I'm gonna do it a little bit different because, well, I really wanna make sure I get a nice flat, wide area on there for pouring in, and then I'm also gonna use these molds to make other molds. So you'll see what I'm gonna do here. I got my hot glue gun heated up, and I'm just gonna run a bead right along the edge. Got a little something on there of here. So that's all we're doing. And what I'm doing this is, I've got my 2-part epoxy here. So I'm actually going to put that down on this mold, and I'm going to permanently epoxy these down on there. And this is just going to keep any overspill from happening from the epoxy. So we'll go ahead and finish these up. Okay, we are back. These are dry. And so I'm just going to go ahead and mix my epoxy straight on here. Okay, once you have it mixed up, just go ahead and give it a nice spread on here. This stuff's self-leveling, so you don't have to worry about that. And now we got these filled up with the epoxy. We'll go ahead and put our lures down on here. Okay. Well, that has got a good seal on that. So whenever we're done and we pull our silicone off here, this is all going to stay like this. We can build up a frame around it again and immediately pour another mold on it, and we could just make a whole bunch of copies of this. Okay, and by sticking it in this in the epoxy like that, it's going to do two things. Is one, is going to allow this to be permanently on here for we can keep copying the mold, and then two, it's going to give us a flatter base on there, so we're going to have a nice clean surface area to pour our mold in, or to pour our plastisol in, and the end goal being just to get a nice clean professional looking lure here. So we're going to let this set up, and we will be back to pour the silicone whenever it's hardened. We are back. It's been about 30 minutes. I'll let this epoxy dry, and you can see I got them in there. Got my hot glue gun, glued up my little framework around it, and then I've got my 2-part mold making silicone here from Lumalite that you've seen me use in my other videos. So I got that. It's a equal parts mix, 1-to-1 ratio. I got it here in a little bitty baby food jar. I'm gonna go ahead and get it stirred up and mixed thoroughly, and then we'll get back to pouring this. Okay, we've got it mixed up, thoroughly mixed up. So we got about a 6-minute work time on here. I've told y'all before, 30-minute demold and 24-hour cure. So whenever I pour this, I'm just gonna let it sit the 24 hours before we use it. I'm not in any hurry. I've got a shipment of some new colors coming in from Lure Craft, so I'll actually wait till I get those in to finish the video, but we'll go ahead and pour this right now. And remember, You want to slowly pour from one corner and just let it seep in all around the lures. And while I'm pouring this, I want to tell you guys, so I think it's $24.99 for the little box of the silicone from Michaels, and it's $1.79 for the modeling clay. And so far with this batch, I have gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 6 molds that I've gotten, and my cost is under $30. So 6 molds for under $30. Not a bad deal, considering when, you know, if you're getting like an aluminum CNC mold that's going to be upwards of $100 or more. And then also just these open pour molds, they're going to run about the same price that you could make 6 of them or more, depending on the size of it. Hopefully I've got enough left to do this one. I'm going to have to actually mix some more, because I can tell already that this isn't going to be enough. But my little baby food jar was filled up as far as it could go. And we'll go ahead and pour what we got here, and then mix up another batch real quick. And we are back 24 hours later. And, well, our molds have set up. So let's go ahead and take these off here real quick. See what we got. Oh yeah, that came out nice. Came out really nice and smooth. And then there's our master mold, so we can copy this. Just set this aside. I gotta find my scissors and trim these up. I'll go ahead and open this one now. All right, there we go. Now, as you remember, I was running out of silicone when I made this one, and it is so thin. So it'll still work, but what I may end up doing is, after I trim this up, of course, actually just gluing this down to a base, give it a little more stability, but it'll definitely work. So I'll go ahead and get these cleaned up, and then now all we're doing is waiting on my new colors to come in, and we will pour these and see how they turn out. I'm really excited about this one with the paddle tail. Can't wait to do this one. See you guys in a bit.